Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I didn't get any emails. I sent maybe, I don't know, 1,500 emails this afternoon, and no one responded. I'm kind of beginning to ask myself, do they understand damages? I was wondering. I was reading You and the Law. Yeah, measuring damages. How much can an automobile accident cost in damage claims? If it is serious enough in the state in which it occurred has no limitation on the amount of damages that may be awarded. No limitation. You know, when you're in an automobile accident, yeah, and a state has no limitations on the amount of damages, I got to wondering, how is it possible that law enforcement doesn't understand what damages are? Now, let's say I emailed 1,500 email addresses today, and maybe 12, 1,300 got the email. And I emailed the Law Enforcement Coalition, I emailed police chiefs and sheriffs, and I said, well, my civil rights are being violated. My constitutional rights are being violated. My sons were abducted on July 2nd of 2011. And July 8th, you issued a protection order where I was not given actual notice and opportunity to be heard. And for 6 years, I've been tortured. Now, after hundreds of thousands of emails, it makes me wonder if those in law enforcement understand no limitation of damages. I had to do some work today. I had to mow the lawn, and I made $18, and I got some coffee, some milk, and I thought, well, why don't I find out what's the greatest amount of damages ever awarded to an American citizen for having their constitutional rights violated for 6 years? No limitation of damages. Now, when you don't respond to emails, when you don't respond to the evidence, and you're in law enforcement, you may not understand damages. Now, for most people, let's say you're driving in a car, you're going 60, 65, and your car swerves into the opposite lane and you kill 4 people. Pooch! That'll be in the millions, if not tens of millions of dollars for losing control of your vehicle and killing 4 people. Yep. But let's say you violate the constitutional rights of myself and my 5 sons for 6 years. And I've been informing you for the last almost 24 months, about 23 months, it's July now. Yep. That my right to due process has been violated, that my sons are missing and abused, and you decide you're not going to enforce the laws of the United States. I somehow think there are no limitations to the damages available to American citizens when they document that they have communicated with law enforcement. I have communicated with those that are elected or appointed oaths of office. I've emailed pictures of RI.PDF where I was not given actual notice and opportunity to be heard, where the petitioner didn't sign it, where it was issued not according to the laws of the state of Washington. No limitation on the damages. Now, I would have thought I'd get an email this morning when I first went to the senior center, but no one emailed me. And then I would have gotten an email sometime this afternoon after I got done mowing the lawn, but no one emailed me. Pooch. And then I thought, well, I probably get an email this evening because I really would like to communicate. I like to talk to my own sons. Now, when you've sent hundreds of thousands of emails and more than 1,000, it's probably close to 1,100 variations. I usually write a long email every other day, and then I send the smaller emails every day. Yes! Then I emailed every police officer and every sheriff and every person in the FBI and the National Guard and those in the military, and those elected to office, and no one emailed. Now, there could be a problem in not understanding no limitations. Now, let's say you think that the Constitution of the United States is not enforceable. For whatever reason, the 10 Amendments in the Bill of Rights, there's never been any American that's ever sued any form of government in the United States of America. So why don't we just do a little research tonight? Because I'm probably going to go back, might fry up a potato. I had baked 2 potatoes after I got done mowing the lawn, and one of them exploded. Poochoo. When you only have 2 potatoes and one of them explodes, I won't be able to eat that potato. Now, I know it sounds real good to those in law enforcement that I got the good life. I'm going to eat 3 fried eggs, 1 potato because 1 blew up, and a tomato for dinner, when I'm thinking there's no limitations to the amount of damages to every state in the United States that has any knowledge that my constitutional rights are being violated, my sons are being held hostage. Now, usually when a citizen calls the FBI or a sheriff or a police officer and reports a crime, my sons are missing and exploited, Adam Walsh laws or Matthew Shepard laws, I'm the target of malicious hatred and malicious prosecution and malicious harassment, and document all the crimes, every crime. And no one responds. I don't get any emails. It makes me want to know the precedence of every award for every judgment that has ever been given for any American citizen that has sued for not enforcing their constitutional rights. Now, you take that amount, the greatest amount that is available, that has ever been awarded in a lawsuit that has violated the constitutional rights of Americans, and go through all the lawsuits involving violating due process, false arrest, false imprisonment, misprision of treason, misprision of felony. You go through treason, insurrection, and rebellion. You find the greatest amount of awards ever been given to any American, and you can multiply that by 100. Now, I don't know what law enforcement's doing tonight, okay? But when you think no limitation, someone should have emailed me.